Store, buy some candy, walk back home without a grown man with a gun calling the police, say I'm stalking him. And the police told him, you don't need to do that. And then he murders the child and said it was God's will on national TV.
Yep.
That's what we're dealing with. This gentleman right here, Mr. Vanderbilt, was at the school board when I spoke, when he first was introducing him. And I said, as a textbook reviewer for the Seattle Public Schools, everywhere in that history textbook that says slavery, you need to eliminate that word and put European settler colonial terrorism. There's no such thing as a slavery. Some human being is interacting on that human being and denying him his God-given rights to what? Be free and to be a human being and stand in his rightful place in the sun. All this sweet talk is just that. They plan on running over you. But what are you going to do about it?
There it is.
They closed African American Academy.
Yep.
They closed African American Academy. My niece goes to a Japanese enrichment school. She's going Japanese. They got a Confucius school. The name of the word is affirmation. Does anybody know what affirmation means? A-F-R-I-B-A-I-T-O-N. Affirmation. It means the elevation and liberation of African culture. Because when they oppress your culture, they deny your culture, then anybody that's identified with that culture is oppressed and denied their human rights. That's what we're facing today. The last thing I want to say, tomorrow, 9:30, the third floor of the King County Courthouse, there's a court case about the corruption in the Seattle Public Schools with respect to contract. All of you need to show up. Because this Ron English, he's hiding in the woodwork again. The corruption of the sale of Martin Luther King to a church, $2.5 million. They don't sell no church to no mosque and give the mosque $2.5 million or the synagogue. The Coleman School, he's talking about space. We occupied Coleman School from 85 to 98 when they sent a tank and the SWAT team to put us out.
I remember that too. I remember that. I remember that.
And took condos with you know who in it. And some fake Northwest African American museum in the gym whose hours, and listen to this, whose hours are 11 to 4. Don't come to this space before these white folks that live in these condos go to work. And be gone when they get off at 4:30 and 5 o'clock. That's what you're dealing with. I didn't come here to be sweet and talk about working because I've been working with this longer than this guy had been born. I've been dealing with the Seattle Public Schools as a contractor.
This is my
I still got $1,000 down there that they're holding in mine since 1986. We didn't need no help to get no contracts. All we needed was a fair deal. Do we need a fair deal in anywhere but sports? Where you can see what the rules are, who's doing what? No, everything that's hidden, guess what? We get ran over. And listen to this nonsense about students. Our children are not students. Did you know that? Trayvon Martin was not a human being. Do you know the dog people, the animal people were more upset about
Michael Vick
killing some dogs? Child getting killed. Walking to the store, buying some candy, and attempting to walk home. That's what we're dealing with. And I'm not here to be nice. Listen, when I was 16, we had 5 boys. We all played sports. We wanted a little sister. Our mother finally got pregnant, and we were so happy to have a little. And when she went to the hospital, the white doctor killed her, the baby, and I made up my mind then. I could be an angel and a good person and make my mother proud of me, or I could be a demon and get even. And it's been hard trying to keep hearing these lies over and over again. This is my son. My grandson is here. My other grandson is here. And guess what? I am so angry. I am ready to explode because I do not want to see another Trayvon Martin or John T. Williams. It was on video. The police just jumped out the car and gunned him down in 4 seconds.
is our community. It's been our community for years. This is our community.
There's a lot of pain, and we carry it with us every day. We understand that. But keep the respect to the moment and the momentum that we came here for. To actually, instead of becoming emotional with that, but to achieve a purpose and a goal out of this. Alright. What we need to understand, they're planning to close the school on the 15th or the 16th so that they can begin construction work. Nobody's not moving in at that point in time. There's going to be a year or sometime thereafter for them to complete the construction. What we are seeking right now is continuity of our programs. Okay? We do not want these programs to end. Everyone up here claims and has said, and I believe, has the children at heart and their future at heart. Okay? And it's not just black children or white children or Latino children or Asian children. The reason NOVA exists is because the society in general is in a state of failure when it comes to educating and incorporating the youth into mainstream society. Okay, so what we want to do, as I said, is come up with a workable solution. We need to interact. We want interaction. We do not wish to be opposition. What we need is for us to work together and come up with a real solution to a real problem. As you see, there's a lot of pain. We can't erase that. You know, sometimes it spills out. But aside from emotionalism, we need a working relationship that produces results. Because that's the only thing that's going to stop this cycle that's going to continuously go on. Alright? So I'm sure someone else has something to say. Please respect our guest time. And as I said, the purpose of this meeting. Everyone, just respect.
You want to speak to the commitment level where we're at right now?
Sure. I think that it's been, I hate to sound like a broken record. I think that there are some possibilities. I do believe in that. I've always been someone who's believed.
What part of Mercer Island you live in?
We need to get to that point. I mean, that's the whole point of tonight's meeting, was to say, what are some options? I mean, cohabiting buildings here, outside of this, around the area. I mean, I think there's some options there. We've thought of some things. We'd like to be able to share some of those with you. If they're not something that, if they're not something that resonate with this group, then we need to know that, and we need to have some further conversation. Even after we put up some ideas, I think the conversation, and I mentioned this to you earlier today, I don't think we're going to solve it all tonight, but I think that tonight we can look at it as the starting point for some ongoing dialogue. Because the things that you've shared with me, the experiences, the pain, the hurt, has happened over a long period of time. And it's not something that we're going to be able to erase in one day. But you're asking for commitment. Since I arrived in the district, I've been committed to all parts of Seattle Public Schools. And I don't know if some of you have seen me. I've been out in all parts of Seattle Public Schools meeting with community groups. I've met with some of our ethnic groups and continue to make commitments to meet with our ethnic groups. So the commitment is here. What that commitment looks like, I think we're going to have to work it out. But I do want to have, again, Peggy come up and talk about